It's breaking right now at 11. A massive rescue operation launched when a sudden tunnel collapse traps dozens of workers hundreds of feet underground. That massive tunneling project more than 7 miles long, and the frightening collapse happening more than 5 miles down the tunnel. Thankfully, we can report tonight everyone was pulled out safely and returned to their families. We have live team coverage with reporters Michelle Fisher and Chris Christie. Chris was the very first reporter on scene right overhead in Air 7 as it was all unfolding. Chris, take us through it.
Mark, what a sight and what a fright for 31 construction workers caught in a tunnel during a collapse straight down that shaft there, which is the center of a wastewater treatment plant under construction here, where they are building a tunnel that goes from Carson down to San Pedro that will eventually spill wastewater into the ocean, treated wastewater into the ocean. During the construction tonight, there was a collapse underneath about 5 miles down that tunnel that happened at about 8 o'clock this evening. Those workers caught down there for close to an hour as hundreds of LA City firefighting rescue workers attempted to rescue those workers, many of them making their way back to the shaft and then eventually lifted up to the surface using elevators and cranes. You can see some of the video that we shot when we first arrived on scene as that rescue was taking place. A triage center set up right next to that shaft, ready to treat any of those workers. Fortunately, everybody came out on their own accord, walking and breathing, all of them healthy, nobody transported to the hospital. Tremendous rescue effort after just a frightening night. Again, 31 workers caught underground in that tunnel here at the Clearwater Project in Carson. Just a terrifying scene, but thankfully a very happy ending here along the 110 freeway at Lomita Boulevard. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Chris Christie, thank you. From the air, we go to the ground now as we continue our team coverage with Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher. She has more on the rescue operation and the tunnel construction project that's underway there. Michelle.
Well, Mark, we're here on Figueroa Street, the entrance to that construction project just behind me over my shoulder here. You heard Chris mention it, really a sigh of relief here tonight, that this was a rescue and not a recovery after so many of those workers were trapped temporarily underground. A portion of the tunnel they're working to complete partially collapsing shortly before 8. That set off a massive response from first responders who rushed to the site and also local leaders. Here's some of what we learned in a press conference not long ago.
It was determined that a structure failure of the tunnel lining failed approximately 5 to 6 miles in, trapping that we thought 27 individuals. 4 actually went in to rescue, to assist, so a total of 31, and a total of 31 were evaluated afterwards.
I was so concerned that we were going to find tragedy. Instead, what we found was victory. All of the men that were in that tunnel rescued up, safe. We had an opportunity to speak with them. We had an opportunity to make sure that they were able to reach their family members. Their family members knew they were safe. There were many anxious family members who were here waiting to make sure that their relatives were okay.
Anytime you tunnel underground, you encounter different conditions in different locations. And obviously there was a location that squeezed the tunnel and forced it to partially collapse. We'll have to go back and look and see what we can do to make that repair, not only repair it, but make it stronger so it works into the future.
And so again, we want to show you some more video from earlier that shows this massive response and rescue effort here involving large baskets that had to hoist those workers out to safety. Again, 31 people safely removed from the tunnel after a section that was already built partially collapsed for some unknown reason. Right now, it's still unclear exactly what happened. 27 of those workers rescued were evaluated by LA City Fire paramedics here at the scene for minor injuries. Now, as for this work site, we can tell you the Clearwater Project here is a new wastewater tunnel 18 feet in diameter that's being built from the AK Warren Water Resource Facility to San Pedro. It's supposed to be fully finished and active by 2028.
Until tonight, most people in San Pedro had no idea that this tunnel was being bored beneath them, as the Congresswoman said, for a very important project. But what happened tonight highlights anytime you tunnel, whether it's a metro project or a sanitation project, the risks are there.
And back out here live tonight, we did actually speak with some neighbors as well who kind of echoed those sentiments, saying until this all happened, they really had no idea what this project was or that it was happening in their neighborhood. But again, officials tonight saying that they are going to be investigating exactly what happened here so they can, of course, complete this project.